What movie did you watch when you were younger, and then all of a sudden you watched when you were an adult, and you're like, "Oh, that's the message." Like for me, Tommy Boy, with Chris Farley. I watched that when I was a kid, and you watch that for a fat guy in a little coat, right? When you were younger, but then all of a sudden you see the coming of age where he lost his father. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he has to save the company. And then you see the epiphanies happen where he becomes a man. That movie for me, where like it was so it hit different the older I got. What movies existed like that for you?
There was two, I think, for me. One of them would be probably "It's a Wonderful Life," which sounds weird, but it's kind of seen as this just like sugary sweet Christmas movie that's got like a happy ending. But if you actually watch it, it deals with some really dark stuff. Like, a guy contemplating suicide, the kind of frustrations and the setbacks that people, like everyone, kind of experiences in their lives. And I like how, as the movie progresses, you see this guy who kind of bit by bit has to give up on every dream that he's had, and he can never quite. He's desperate to break away from this little, small town America kind of thing and get out into the world. And he's obviously capable of doing incredible things, but it's never quite able to happen for him. And he's just stuck in this really unsatisfying life where things keep going wrong for him. And you see him get more and more frustrated and more angry until eventually it boils over. And he's reduced down to his lowest point where he's contemplating throwing himself off a bridge. And it's only then, like, when you actually get to see this, the sum total of his life, that he hasn't achieved the dreams that he started out with, but he's done incredible things in his own way. I think it didn't really hit home until I saw it much later in life, because it's probably not the sort of film that you think too much about. But yeah, when I look at it now, I'm like, God, it actually isn't afraid to deal with some pretty dark stuff, like the frustrations that people have in life. I think that was an interesting one.
And there was another one you said. You said there was another movie that you found.
The other one,
on.
it's a really weird one. It was Starship Troopers. I watched that when I was like a teenager. Yeah. And I did not get it at all because I was only 15 or something when I saw it. And I was just like, This is a dumb action movie about people shooting bugs. And it was only later when I came back to it and I was like, oh, wow, yeah, these bits with the propaganda videos and, the way the characters are just completely empty shells, like they're just chosen because they look beautiful and all that sort of thing. It clicked at some point and I was like, oh, right, that's what this is about. This is about, like, the power of propaganda. And like
Eric and I, real quick brief story. Eric and I, our real quick brief background on us. Eric and our family, our parents own a limousine service. They started limousine service 50 years ago, a global car service in their kitchen on Long Island. And we deal with the entertainment industry. We drive the entire entertainment industry. So any movie that's being filmed, any production that's being filmed, we're driving that production. And one summer, Eric and I used to go to Los Angeles when our parents were building this company. The studios were our background; they were our playground. So we went to Sony Pictures one day during the summer. We were there. We were, being kind of babysat by like one production assistant or whatever, while our parents were were in the travel office, and they just started taking us around to all the sets. And we walked onto this massive set with all these big caverns, and it was made of styrofoam. And this guy came over to us. He started talking to us, and we were like, "Oh, this place is cool." He's like, I couldn't do his accent, but it was Paul Verhoeven, and he's like, "I'm doing this movie called Starship. I'm doing this movie called Starship Troopers." And Eric and I like, this is incredible. And he's like, all the bugs are going to come out of here, and all the bugs are going to come out of here. And we're like, what bugs? What are you talking about? He's like, it's going to be all computer generated. I'm like, but yes, Eric and I were on the set of Starship.
And then when there was a section where you walk through it, and then you would walk through the cockpit of where Jessica, was it Jessica Biel?
No, who was it?
No, it was Denise Richards.
Yes, Denise Richards.
I was thinking of Real Housewife.
You would walk through that set, and like we didn't walk on it, but you saw it from a distance, like where they were piloting that. But yeah, that's where all the movie magic was made. It was very cool.